We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Denver Broncos. Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
The thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile and strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots, but that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And for the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. He's up across the 25 and down to 28. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Looking to put a drive together. Off the bootleg, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll go play action with Nix. And that nearly an interception here on his opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside 45.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Nix to the air.
Avoids him at the 40. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Here's Nix.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. That's good for a first down. His 2nd catch, the opening drive.
Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
A short throw to Ingram. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the secure point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw is Nix. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They set up the screen for Dalvins.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Run, it's Kenneth Walker.
Oh, some strong running. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends. They blocked well, too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Darnold now to throw. Two yards on the pickup there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On the give, here's Charbonnet.
Oh, good move. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker
Taking it in from 11 yards out.
and the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Off the play fake, here's Nix.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
2nd and 10. Now it's Nix.
Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And it's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Y'all got to pop my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We might have more power rangers. Mine also dangerous. Y'all talk outrageous. Don't call the matrix.
3rd and 12. Throwing Nix.
And that would be incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt for Denver. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. That's some strong running. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
The tight end in motion right. Play action. It's Darnold. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack. That's a step in the right direction defensively here, because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now Darnold. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Here's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and they're the scramble for the first.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
When nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job. He got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made a tackle on the ball carrier.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Darnold. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Drake Greenlaw getting home on that one. Well, we've seen this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape, because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. To throw is Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I think that we all figured we caught it that short of the marker. The defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And here's Dixon punt now as he gets this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Denver's offense now set to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. looking to put a drive together. And they'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. He can't get him down. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Again, it's Herbie. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 40 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 5. To throw. Here's Nix. Got man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Nix from the shotgun. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Nix. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun is Nix. Got a man open. It's Sutton. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there holding him for a short gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll run up the gut Just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Hicks. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. J.J. Dobbins, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Darnold. Pass complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. This first quarter for them throwing the football.
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
And the short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Darnold. And a 30 open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. Wound up getting 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as from the 22 to the 19.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job is covering receiver. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. Now Darnold keeps it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get by much, but yes, they do get a conversion on 3rd and 1.
Pick up of 2 yards. First down, Seahawks.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in their offensive line. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
Second and 1 from the 2. They'll bring a tight end in motion. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give him 2 yards there. They're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Charbonnet. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Back to throw, Darnold. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down the turf. Incomplete. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Bronco defense comes up big. They kept it in the air on 4th, Charles. They ran on 1st and 2nd down, tried it through the air on 3rd and 4th. Couldn't come away with anything on 4th and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Kevin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
Not anything that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time, but you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Nix. That is caught. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Gets past one man. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And space tough to come by there. So he get medium yard to the 37.
They went right back to it, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd down and 8. They'll go play action with Nix. And that is incomplete. A lot of force down on it there. He did not hang on in 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Nix.
that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized his offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 4. Next to the air. And his throw here is incomplete.
His tight ends, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often. He's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't in that play.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6. The Seahawks 33-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got on the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Now it's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold it for just a short gain.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Throwing Nix. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown! R.J. Harvey from 3 yards out. And the Broncos go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Bloods to try to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Well, now how about this return? And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Darnold now to throw. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he'll be taken down before he worked it past the 50. A game of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shadow that and have a profound effect on this game.
Darnold. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead, Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in this first half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when they decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny them the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Nix. And a loose football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
We have seen this before. And we know Coach preached about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try to get down the field.
Back out now comes Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense. He's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. These guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's potential turnover. They're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll look to throw here on first down. Incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Here's second and 10. Back to throw. Hits. But it's going to be incomplete.
Very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time incomplete.
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. From the gun on third down, it's Hicks. Complete to Franklin. Look at the smell of the field. A breakaway. Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. These two teams this first half has been fun. Back and forth. So it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but defensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Streaks here. Scores. It's a tight game here. Right turn. Today it's track shoes. That's what we're doing with these offenses.
It's been an absolute track meet so far. Watch. Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're all tied at 21. And it ends with a different touchdown. Teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And it's easy to return out to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker to take over once more. It is a play call. You've got a guy who's running like this. You lean on it. Your offense on it. Take that big hole after big hole to run through this first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive. It's offense. We are hitting the home stretch toward halftime at this point. This is an exciting offensive explosion for both sides.
I think everyone in the stadium is going to regroup a little bit. It's really good to take one. Yeah, you have to get a little oxygen, relax a little bit, and see if you can get good for the second half.
offense is back on their heels. It's 2nd and 7. To throw is Darnold. Wilson goes underneath the rope. Now the Seahawks will use the first of their timeouts. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Catch right there and so far in this game. The alleys have been open for them to get completions. They're taking advantage of it.
Yes, and maybe here not the worst thing in the world.
No, first and 10. Actually, that's just a little bit, a little love, don't get over, and then they get a chance to continue.
An incomplete pass on first down that leads to a 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. Now it's his breaks away for 19 first down.
For the NFL, my year partner, just about everyone on their center who can get to with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that with both QBs in this game. And that continued with their first down run.
Here's Darnold. Down, incomplete. There, force the ball through. It's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaped down, began his route. Someone on the defensive side pulled with him and arrived just in time to separate him from the reception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Now throw incomplete. He was hit just to let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Darnold. And complete to switch and go. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10. He'll be about 12. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
See if they can make something happen. But he ends up going into a crowded area. And after the catch, he wasn't able to do much with it.
Myers' kick is good. And with it, they lead at 24-21. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks are just end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the
kicks away. And they'll let that one go as he skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 31-yard.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, just progressively offensively. Now the Broncos are called off for their time. As they'll start the clock with 1 second to go in the first half. Down at 3. It's a throw. Here's Nix. Territory. Now that's a timeout taken. Perhaps he needs one more quick play than another timeout if they heard. Straight ahead, it is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. So far, just the people separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast. Brandon and Charles Davis.
Thank you. Both these offenses have fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first again this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? We'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Second half starts with a run by Dallas. Nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back into the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Looking to throw. Nix. Throwing right, and that's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
But the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to pick up the defender, give him a little bit of space. All you want there, space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. On the sneak, it's Nix. And he will have the Broncos first down. At least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker, they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Nix from the shotgun. And he comes back with incomplete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. 23 yards to pick up there.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball, leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They go back to the ground. We're down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line. Give them credit. Hard to put those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Giants. Only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Nix. They set up the team for Dobbins. So he fought off the tackle, and Hafford gives him the first before he's brought down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
the big guys up front. They're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain yardage.
Second down and 6 now. Next to the air. And that'll be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
And 6 yards to go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun is Nix. Now he's going to step up. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach probably just looked at him and said, applaud.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Lutz, good. And that will tie us at 24 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be done, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. Here, you get back on even terms, and now you have most of the second half to try and get yourself in a position to win.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what the Seahawks offense has in store with their possession of the second half. And their 3-point time lead gone now, back to a tie game. I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut for them, and they were going to their offense in the same vein.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And tough going there as he'll only get up to about the 31. Trey Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 31, here's the 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Darnold. Over the middle, finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
That was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time. First down.
How about that there? No frills, no antics, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shaheed going to go in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. is incomplete.
Progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yardage to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass here, now it's 2nd and 10. Darnold, the gun. Smith and Jigba with Grant. And brought down. They're inside the 25. 12 yards. They keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll look to throw here. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 4 yards. Darnold down to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forcing incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He'll try and do this himself. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Sam Darnold taking it in from the 20. And the Seahawks have moved out in front.
So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the 2nd half.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. Here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive and end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
guys yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll start on the ground with Dallas. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. On play action, here's Nix. He'll hear this one out from Mims. Oh, that's into double coverage. Accepted. Julian Love hits it. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone over or lead them into an area. But that ball needs to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Seattle now ready to march the field. This offense thankful to have the football back, but also Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Looking to put a drive together. In motion goes the tight end. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Darnold. That'll be caught by Cobb. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Carter, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
From the 50, it's Darnold. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocking around the entire game, and while offense throughout this ballgame.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 7. Off the play action, Darnold. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A. Barner, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you had your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. A big-time drive in that situation.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5-5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
And
after the touchdown, it's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, an interception result. So, frankly, to me, about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now 2nd and 3. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he swallowed the line of scrimmage.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I said go for it.
Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are massive men.
Looking to put a drive together. Faking the give, Darnold. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Nick Bonito able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And part it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now Darnold. And Walker has it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set the 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yard punt, 3 return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Mims, 59 yards. And the Broncos have got back to where they score. And there, a post route started out right, caught in the middle of the field, went into the end. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers. Okay, the guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it, take it into the end zone. So we need help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the middle of the field. Whether there's one safety, sometimes you have 2 guys in there.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and in the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And out now come the Seahawks. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving that last touchdown. And they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 95 yards for him on the drive now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Gain of 10. The Seahawks first down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Oh, I like that play there. After a run for good yards, you get defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
To throw is Darnold. And it's incomplete. Physical play on the football there. It's second down.
I see the surprising face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now it's Darnold. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Darnold to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a 10 there, but at least just short for 4th down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. Your defensive back and put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interception, turning the ball over.
A 55-yard attempt.
He has kept it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
Makes the score.
And that will extend their lead further.
Broncos.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance can be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines staring that one down all the way. The significance is they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal to start it. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Jason
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. We get it up now. It's Broncos. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to Nix. And complete this game from his 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this one game. Got to get a
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. To throw is Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to pass for 45. That one good for 13 and again for a 1st down.
Every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to put a 1-score game. I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Starting to get it down. That was the offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and getting their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Nix. He'll take it. Touchdown. Sutton, 48 yards. The Broncos have made it a 1-score game again.
No, we're
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is down field goal now. Drive there, just 4 plays. And Cortland Sutton able to finish off with the touchdown reception.
Will Lutz to kick off for the
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Torrey Horton.
The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all along. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. The middle, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Second and 10. Here's Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Darnold. Going deep for Walker. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Denver getting set to take the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Looking to put a drive together. To throw, here's Nix. Setting up screen for Harvey. And he's going to lose yardage here to the 14-yard line. But at the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know, the key to good screen passes, don't you?
But you're going to tell me
to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Flat, that's complete to his running back. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 38 now.
We see another pitch and catch there for the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical in passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate plays for an offense.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Nix. Now they'll tuck this and run. Beyond the 40 before it's taken down. No to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 at the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the down, and advance the ball.
Nix from the shotgun. That one's too wide and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this mean level grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaway call this penalties.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Nix to the air. Franklin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and he'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
You've seen him have success early on with the ball in his hands because he isn't getting in space and making a play kind of a receiver. That time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short game.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yard.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball any down and distance. That short, I do question the call. Run the football, pick it up.
One start down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Nix. That's taken in by his tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Nick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If you're too early, it's a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Another Broncos first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Dobbins will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage. He'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Nix. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Y'all gotta pardon my taste. Y'all can't talk my basic.
The sneak 6. But he will take it in. Broncos. The sneak successful for the yard out. Broncos in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
This is something right out of Philadelphia. They were successful. This is a copy of the league. It works for them. Only one thing's possible for us. And here
looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. That's complete to the tight end, Tarbert. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 of the 34.
He's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now there's a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The offense on third down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up the 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to find time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll go as a punt of 42 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos offense and veteran receiver Cortland Sutton being set for their next drive. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to the stage of the game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they match this slim lead. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
These guys are not hiding what their intention is. They're out to They're definitely not going to sit on the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So from Seahawks territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll go play action with this. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Looking to throw. Nix. That man again. It's complete. He's got inside the 5 of the 4 before he's out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Slow down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal Well, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll look to throw again. Set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 7 down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Nix to throw again. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Try and throw. Here's Nix. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And that's a 4th and goal. Loss of 7. Big play. Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be aware of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try to go for it himself.
So a big one coming out for Will Lutz. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Lutz is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do and kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he takes it near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They have to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled drives.
So you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing a punter out there and this thing in this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling it's his offense. They don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, he doesn't want there anymore himself. He wants to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets it back now for 2nd down.
Well, coaches stressed their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. What about the guys on the outside, the quarterbacks? It's not just their job to control the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Darnold. And he taken in by Shaheed. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
He decided to run a hitch. It really helps having guys turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. porch run after catch, but it worked really well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
First down. It's a gain of 35. First down, Seahawks.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
That's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's second down 3. Up the middle, here's Walker. Maybe a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Darnold. Open man right side is Cup, complete. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now Darnold. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Darnold. Open man left side. She has it. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. Arnold to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Yes, he's in the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. The 10-play drive that time. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This was all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it goes away here. And it's a pretty good return here, so we'll get this up to the 29. Portland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? It's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good blocking for the running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now it's Nix. Complete to Bryant. Second down, 8 yards to go. To throw is Nix. The swing is Harvey. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
They certainly had success in this contest, getting involved in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's 1st down. To throw, here's Nix. Man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Broncos are going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and give to Dobbins. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 53 for the win. This looks good. It is good. He hits it from 53 yards out. It'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Broncos are winners.